any crowd can hide a crazy, the fan who turns fanatic. That's why these men are here. Paid celebrity protectors, part of the high price of fame. What looks like a chauffeur is actually an armed bodyguard. Sylvester Stallone rarely leaves home without his two Tonys. Big Tony, Tony Manafo, and Little Tony, Tony Maffetone. Does Sylvester Stallone really need a bodyguard? Mr. Rambo, Mr. Rocky?
No, unfortunately, it's a precaution that one has to take. Having security, a security blanket or a security network or security umbrella, whatever term you want to use, is an indispensable part of this lifestyle, especially in the Hollywood community, which is, when you think about it, just a few square miles where there's so much attention focused, and it's real easy to find us. You know what I mean? So we have to be very, very careful.
We can't stop. We can't stop.
When you're working an opening, when you're with Stallone, what are you doing?
We're protecting them.
What are you watching for?
For everything.
Absolutely.
Everybody.
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 Everybody's a potential adversary.
The two Tonys picked up their basic skills on the street. They were rival gang members in New Jersey. Little Tony added martial arts, time on a SWAT team, and 6 years as a Navy SEAL in Vietnam. Stallone used him as his character model for Rambo. Big Tony turned his street smarts into a business and started their private firm that guards public figures. Are you willing to put your life on the line for Sylvester Stallone?
My life is his. Let's put it that way.
When you say put your life on the line, you know, you have to understand where it comes from. Most people that are in this business have a sense of being something different. Like, for instance, I feel like I'm a warrior. Aren't you what most people would call mercenaries? Sure, we are mercenaries. There's no other way you can look at it. If you fight for a living and get paid for it, then you're a mercenary. What's the most dangerous type of person that you encounter? It's the type of people that look normal, right, but they have an obsession with either him personally or his character.
A lot of guys, like, you know, like they play, like they challenge, like they like to challenge Rocky. You know, it's like, hey, you know, you're so bad, you know, like all that kind of good stuff. And they try to work out their fantasies sometimes, and we're the guys that prevent that.
How often does that kind of thing happen? How real is the need for somebody like you, Tony?
Let me just say that I think there's a great need for somebody like me, and how many times it happened, I would say maybe 4 or 5 times. I think that if you didn't have the proper security, you wouldn't be here. I think that answers.
You really think somebody would have gotten to him?
Oh, absolutely.
Somebody did get to Teresa Saldana. She was a struggling little-known actress when 4 years ago, a deluded fan decided to target her. What do you remember from the morning that you were attacked?
I think the most specific memory was being utterly shocked that someone was trying to kill me. That was the most pervasive feeling, was this complete knowledge that it wasn't even just an attack. This was a murder. It was a murder in progress.
Saldana was stabbed 11 times outside her home by a paranoid schizophrenic who'd stalked her across the country. This is a scene from the made-for-television movie about her attack. Saldana plays herself in the film.
Are you Teresa Saldana?
Her attacker was Arthur Jackson. His obsession started when he saw her in a minor role in another movie. Jackson's life became a mad mission that blurred fact and violent fantasy. What were you doing when you attacked Teresa Saldana with that knife?
I was under a spell of spiritual lovesickness. I really felt, and still do, that it was divine inspiration, but somewhere along the line in the process of my leading up to that attack on Teresa, I would say the forces of darkness intervened and sabotaged the goodness, the virtue of that mission.
Did you want to kill her?
I wanted to be reunited with her in a better life.
What does that mean?
A land of love, beauty, and glory, of course.
I'm not following.
You don't seem to follow me very well. So.
Jackson wrote to Teresa Saldana from prison, indicating he still wants to kill her. His scheduled release date is August 1988. Do you ever travel alone now? Are you ever alone?
I am never in a very vulnerable position any longer. I'm always fairly well protected, and I take a lot more precautions.
Teresa Saldana relies in part on this man for protection. He's Gavin DeBecker, and he runs a private secret service for celebrities. DeBecker won't reveal his client list, but sources confirm that it includes a who's who of celebrities, from Robert Redford to Joan Rivers. The stars can pay up to $250,000 a year for his services. DeBecker devised his own computer program to assess the actual danger in the thousands of threatening letters sent to his clients. How scary can these people be?
All of the people we have under assessment, with the exception of the few that are long-term incarcerated, are active and out in society and pursuing their delusional goals, and so from that point of view, it's very scary. We have people who send blood, body parts. We've received dead animals, bullets, explosives, hair, body fluids, everything you can imagine that someone might send in order to get some sort of response or have some impact has been sent.
DeBecker tracks the movement of fanatics he thinks might act, but says responding to the mail will only provoke the already mentally disturbed. The two Tonys see it differently. Stallone gets more than 1,000 threatening letters a year. The Tonys sometimes make house calls.
When we ascertain that a threat has a potential of actually doing harm to one of our clients, we will go and meet the threat before it comes to us.
You just don't believe in waiting.
Not at all. You got to go to the threat. You have to. If they want to terrorize, they got to know that it could happen to them also. Because I'm saying we're terrorists, but you understand what I'm talking about. You have to go to where it's coming from.
Yeah, an eye for an eye, a threat for a threat.
Well, it's like, you know, if you want to get heavy, well, we're here. Let's get heavy.
A lot of people don't understand that we are playing roles. That it's just like one big playhouse here. You know, it's a performance. It's pretend. They take it to heart. So today you have to be real careful, especially in the type of roles that I do. There's certain people with Rambo, it brings out a different element of people that usually are more violent. The Rocky people tend to be a little bit more stable. The Rambo fanatics, they'll usually drop out of trees. They send me presents that tick, you know, little things like that, exploding cookies, things, you know.
Are you serious?
Oh, God. I mean, really, you have popcorn that ticks. You go, So in a sense, everything has to be filtered and processed.
Stallone is bookended by bodyguards, even while filming on location.
Right. Yeah, you know, the interesting is because you don't know who belongs in the movie and who belongs in reality.
On location in downtown Los Angeles, shooting Stallone's latest movie, Cobra, little Tony goes through the paces of the walking scene just out of camera range. Production already stopped once on this movie when a caller claimed to have placed a bomb on the set. Are you guys armed all the time?
Yes, we are.
With guns, knives?
Both.
Always.
Always.
Tony? Yeah?
Yeah.
Was that a positive response I got out of you?
Yeah, you got it.
Why?
Why?
Well, it has to be.
Yeah. If a person is going to take your life, they're not going to beat you to death with a rock. Right? Right? I mean, let's be realistic.
Yeah, I guess you're
we
right.
live in the age of SAM-7 missiles and rocket launchers and hand grenades. If it's a confrontation, just a physical confrontation, we walk away. We don't have to prove anything. You know, but if someone is going to take my life or a client's life, I have to have something more than flesh and blood to interject into the confrontation.
The two Tonys.
The two-ton Tonys.
How close are you to them?
We feel so close that only I use deodorant and they're protected, okay? That's how close we are.
How much do you trust them?
Oh, with my life, obviously.
The lyric opera of Chicago for the classic Big Mac.
We all love a classic. Oh, masterpiece. La, 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 la. A production like no other one. We'll all be very special sauce. With McGee and tea and crunch of harder, you can't go wrong. But the classic Big Mac sings my song. It's a good time for the great taste.
What?
I'm going to dive. I'm going to do the double reverse half gain with the pike. Please talk me out of it.
When you go on vacation, criminals go to work.
I'm watching. I'm watching.
So don't carry cash. Carry American Express traveler's checks. Don't leave home without them.
We at Duracell have topped ourselves with a battery that'll last up to 30% longer than just 1 year ago. Today's copper-top battery, when it comes to making them last longer, we never stop. Saturday.
How much risk are you willing to take?
How much risk is there?
When Rick disappears, Magnum chances a murderous showdown with a counterfeiting mob. Drop it.
Give the gift of life. Give blood. No other gift will ever mean as much.
The majority are younger than 2, and their life expectancy a matter of months. There are some 1,000 reported cases of children with the AIDS virus, and doctors say the number of sick kids is doubling every 6 months, a greater rate of increase than in the infected adult population. Most children were born with the illness, passed on by a drug-using mother or her infected mate. Others receive the virus in a blood transfusion. As the number of cases continues to grow, so does the hysteria surrounding the disease. As one volunteer who works with AIDS children put it, these kids are totally ostracized. Nina Shearer and her daughter are lucky. They found understanding, and it came from the one group that really knows what it means to be ostracized.
Do you remember your reaction when the doctor said to you, your little girl has AIDS?
I didn't even know what he was talking about. It isn't really something, surely, that you associate with children, and I surely didn't know anyone else's child who had it, and I was in complete shock. Do you cry?
Nina Shearer's 3-year-old daughter, Corey, was born premature and needed a blood transfusion. When she was 2, she became ill. At first, doctors thought she had cerebral palsy. Last year, they realized it was AIDS. The blood transfusion was traced to a homosexual unknowingly infected with the virus.
Were you angry at the gay community?
Yeah, I was angry that somebody had sold their blood and infected my child.
Watch out for Corey.
Yeah.
The AIDS virus is destroying Corey's nervous system. She can no longer walk or talk or hold up her head, but she can still cry and laugh like any other child.